Good morning, everyone. It is the first week of school. I do have a 2-day assignment, so I am going to be subbing second grade. I have already looked over the sub plans, and it's pretty simple just because the students are getting familiar with the classroom procedure and routines, and the main focus is to kind of get to know the students. Let me show you what we are doing. While I take attendance, the students are going to be working on a coloring page. Once they're done coloring, we're going to move on to going over the routine and procedures of the classroom. These are the classroom routines and procedures that we're going to be going over today. We're probably only going to be able to get to cover maybe 1/3 of the classroom routines and procedures because then we have recess. Once the students come back from recess, I am going to be playing them a read out loud. That read out loud is called You're Finally Here. Once we're done listening to the story, we're going to be working on an art activity that looks like this. This is the art activity we are going to be working on. The sentence says, yes, I am here, ready to learn. So the students will be getting 2 worksheets. So for the first part, they're going to write the sentence. For the second half, they're just going to be coloring the pictures. And then for the third step, they're going to be pasting it on the paper. I usually like to break down the activity into 3 just so we can all finish at the same time. After the students are done with the activity, it is lunchtime. It is recess right now and I'm gonna eat my snack. Today I brought grapes, apples, chocolate covered gummy bears, and a tangerine. It is lunchtime right now and today I brought a sandwich and some chips. Usually I bring leftovers from dinner from the previous day, but because I didn't know if I was actually gonna be in a classroom or be a floater or a rover, I brought this in case. So far it's been kind of busy. I know the students are getting familiar with the routines of the classroom. And most students come from the classroom and routines from the previous school year. So not everyone's on the same page yet. But so far the kids are doing pretty well. They were a little bit chatty, but it was mostly during like the art activity that we were doing, which makes sense. It is still lunch right now. I am done eating my lunch. I'm just gonna tidy up a little bit. So there is a little bit of trash on the floor, as you can see. And I love when teachers have this vacuum because it picks up really well. After lunch, we had a read out loud and I read The Day You Began. After that, we worked on a self-portrait. So this was the teacher example. The students were to draw themselves, and then on the sunglasses they're going to draw their favorite place and write their name at the bottom. After that, we moved on to math. For math, I played 4 Jack Hartman videos, and when we come back from recess, the students are going to be writing their numbers from 1 through 100 on this chart. After that, we're going to be moving on to SEL. So I will be going over some slides the teacher provided. And that is pretty much it for today. Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday and I am back with the second grade class that I was subbing yesterday. When I got into the classroom, I looked over the sub plans again and it was pretty similar to yesterday's. Usually I like to have a physical copy of the sub plans just because I don't like coming back to the computer and sitting at the computer throughout the day. The teacher did leave all that we need for today. Once the bell rang, I picked up the students from the yard. While they are in line, the focus is for them to line up in ABC order. So I would go out with my list of their names in alphabetical order and make sure that each student is in the correct spot. Once we are ready, we just walk back to the class. The students hang their backpacks, put their water bottles away as well as their lunch bags. Then they walk over to their seats, and in their seats I left a coloring worksheet where they are going to be coloring while I take attendance and lunch count. After that, we went over the routines and procedures just like we did yesterday. That took about like 20-ish minutes. After recess, we had an art project that took us up all the way until lunch. So this was their project. They wrote their name in the middle and decorated how they would like. And together we filled in each and every question. They asked about their age, their favorite color, how many siblings they have, and what they want to be when they grow up. Once all that was done, it was lunchtime. So I had a student in the morning who walked up to me and gave me this box. She gave me this shoe box, and I thought, when she first gave it to me, I thought it was like school supplies the student was bringing from home for the classroom. So I told her, I was like, oh, thanks, I'll give it to your teacher, I'll leave it on her desk. And she said, no, it's for you. And I said, oh, okay, thank you. I didn't know what it was, but let me show you. Inside is a picture of Monsters Inc. I know that's Mike. I don't remember her name. And then she made like a medal that says teacher. And then she gave me this little plush and crayons. So she was so sweet and so cute for giving me all this stuff. And I just met her yesterday.